Hey guys, this is DW from High Five Wrestling. I'm coming with your Smackdown review for November 18th, 2011. Alright, this week we open up with Mark Henry, and he's in a segment with Bryan where he's just we're just attacking him, and I think it's smart. I think I like where they're going with Mark Henry. They're really booking him like as that heel, and I think he's definitely going to be facing Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, and I think that'll be a good feud to carry on. I don't think they're booking him correctly, Daniel Bryan, that is, to be a credible competitor against Mark Henry, because he is such a monster, and he's been beating all these guys. He's been beating Kane. He beat down Sheamus. He's taken down Daniel Bryan. Just big show. It's he's on a rampage, and he's taking down Randy Orton. I don't know that they're booking. I would really like to see Daniel Bryan get injured. I think that'd be the wise thing to do, and have him come back. Because whenever they just bury him or don't use him, and he has that Money in the Bank briefcase, I think it's definitely I think it's not beneficial to anyone, because then it just makes him look weak, and he's not going to be credible. He's not going to look like any kind of competitor for Mark Henry, who's a very large black man. All right, on to the next thing. We had Dolph Ziggler versus Cara, and then Mason Ryan against Jack Swagger, and I think those were two good matches. I would have with Dolph Ziggler Jack Swagger, I would have liked to see a little more interference. They have Vicky, they have each other. Why not utilize that? And because we always, with Ziggler, I didn't really want to see Sin Cara get that quick roll up like that, and we had to see it tonight. It was a pretty short match. It was kind of screw job finish. It was kind of just real quick roll up and 1, 2, 3, and then soon after we see the Mason Ryan Jack Swagger match, and it's really apparent to me that Jack Swagger's turned into, I don't know if he's turned into a jobber or what, but they've definitely dropped the ball with that guy, and he has the look. He definitely doesn't have the mic skills, but he has a great heel look, and I think he can get heel heat. I think being with Vicky hasn't helped him. I think that it's a good tag team with Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler, but I don't think, if you're not going to use them as a tag team, and against Kofi and Evan, or against the Awesome Truth, I don't necessarily think that they should be in a faction with Vicky, because I don't think that I think Ziggler definitely outshadows Swagger, and I think his ability, he's just definitely more of a technical wrestler. He's more fun to watch. He's more entertaining on the mic. So, it's interesting to see. We get to see a lot of Big Show plugs and little promos coming out where he's, he came out with Zack Ryder. Then there's another one, and Justin Gabriel and Alicia Fox. It was good to see Justin Gabriel on SmackDown. Would like to see him a little more in the, mid-card U.S. Intercontinental title shots, or I'd like to see him there, or even back in a tag team with Heath Slater. I think they're good. They have good chemistry. And then we saw Oksana and Teddy Long promo, another one. I definitely would really like to just get those over with, because we've been seeing those for like the past 3 months, and they needed to just go ahead and get it on. All right, then we see the Christian promo, and I definitely think that was a little bit of canned heat. I was kind of listening to the boos, and it just seemed like, I don't know, people want to cheer Christian on, and he's definitely fun to watch, and hopefully he's going to come back with some kind of big return, maybe in the Rumble, maybe later on after that. But it'll be interesting to see in Survivor Series what all Christian does, and if there's any shot of the heel team winning, I think it'll be because of Christian, but I don't see that happening. So we'll see how it plays out Sunday. And then we see another Big Show promo with Daniel Bryan and AJ. So hopefully, like I said earlier, hopefully Bryan, as Booker T would say, is going to be out for a little while because they're just not using him. And then we see Ted DiBiase versus Derek Bateman, which is kind of a highlight for me because I've been, following Derek Bateman at FCW, a little bit in NXT. And I think, I think Derek Bateman really is, I definitely think he has a good look. He's different. He's fun to watch. He's entertaining on the mic. But I think I think Derek Bateman's a better face than he's a heel. And with his girlfriend always going with him, he's going to be the heel. But, it's good to see him. And it was a little bit of a squash with Ted DiBiase because they're really trying to push him. I guess probably back in the title, Intercontinental with Cody Rhodes again. So it's good to see him, but I think it's better. I think Derek Bateman's a better face. But it's good to see him, and it wasn't quite as big of a squash match as Jinder Mahal, which we saw later on after the match, and we get to see him get punched by Big Show. So I really like Show as a heel. His promos are always really boring to me though, so it's kind of like. I think he's good. He's a good Mark Henry character. If he is squashing people or just goes out there and just dominates. It's fun to watch. Henry's not fun as a face. Big Show's not fun as a face. I really enjoy. I'm really enjoying what they're doing with Mark Henry. But then I watch Big Show and I'm thinking, man, I really hope Mark Henry gets over in a Survivor Series, which I think it's kind of bound to happen. It'd be definitely a big upset if Big Show got over. So then we get to see Kofi Kingston versus Hunico, and it's good back and forth. It's a good match. I do think I think they've been pushing Hunico up. We see him in the Survivor Series match, and he's been getting some mic time, and he's had his little posse and his little group with him. But I don't see why not. Why we don't see Epico or Primo along ringside giving Kofi a little bit of a hard time. And I'd like to definitely see the three amigos, if you will, go in a some kind of feud with Kofi Kingston, maybe Evan Bourne. That's how you could bring back an Evan Bourne and make it for the title. But it's definitely good to see Kofi Kingston still in the ring. Well, we didn't need to see Hunico lose, but I think he did it in a good way. I think he was definitely, defending himself pretty well. After that, we got to see Natalya versus AJ, and it lasted longer than a minute. So it was kind of surprising because Natalya, she's a lot bigger than AJ. It was a good match for, WWE Divas. I really like the ending. The sharpshooter is definitely my favorite submission move, and it's good to see that match, and I think it was solid. And after that, we got to see a recap of Raw, which I think I could go on a rant about that. I really dislike how they do those. I think it's we could be having Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel versus someone, and we could be seeing any number of mid-cards being pushed. We could see a whole lot of things, but instead we waste our time seeing what we already saw. So I definitely think they could better utilize their time, because they can, promo that on YouTube. They can promo that anywhere else. They have a lot of little outputs, so they could do that elsewhere. I really don't like it on SmackDown. And the final match was Wade Barrett and Sheamus. Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes versus Sheamus and Randy Orton, and I think it was a good match. I think it was you couldn't really have a clean finish. I think they were really booking Sheamus to be that number 1, number 2 guy in the company. I think he's definitely going to win this match. As what I'm predicting is he's going to make a really big impact in Survivor Series. I think. So I definitely am looking forward to seeing that. I think he's definitely he's really fun to watch, and as a heel, Sheamus he gets a lot of heat. He's still entertaining to watch. He's a really just a 5-star guy. He's great. So I'm really liking how they're using him. He's definitely in my Fave 5. And also my Fave 5 is Wade Barrett, who's, he's always entertaining to watch. I'd definitely like to see him as a face. But, we got to see Christian come back out and poke, try to trip. He tried to trip Sheamus, I believe. And, it was funny to watch. And so I think if they have a shot, the team Barrett has a shot at winning, I think it'll be through Christian or, some kind of screw job finish. It's going to be kind of a messy ending. But, so, all in all, pretty good SmackDown. Would have liked to see, a little bit more of Ryder, maybe Morrison. That U.S. match is going to be a little, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it. They could have given it a little more time. But, that's SmackDown for you. So I hope you guys like the review. And be expecting us tomorrow where Chicago Ted's going to have his Impact review, and we're going to have our Survivor Series predictions. So it should be, should be a pretty busy day tomorrow, but it'll be fun. And don't forget to subscribe. Leave us a comment. We're on Twitter now. We also have Skype. I have a form spring also. So if you use that, which you don't. So it's all just High Five Wrestling, just how it's spelled as our channel. So check us out, and we'll high five you later.